Yesterday afternoon, three people lost their lives on South Australian roads. Unfortunately and tragically, a 74-year-old woman from Strathalbyn and an 84-year-old woman from Strathalbyn died as a result of a head-on collision on Long Valley Road at Strathalbyn. That occurred at about 2:30 in the afternoon. At about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, a 24-year-old from Evanston Gardens lost his life as a result of falling off his motorbike at Evanston. Three lives lost within a 3-hour period is totally unacceptable, and I'm calling on all road users within South Australia to please exercise the diligence and the care that you need to make sure that everybody comes home safely. These collisions are avoidable. You need to take responsibility for your actions, and you need to be considerate to yourself, to your passengers and to other road users. I remind you, if you're travelling in regional South Australia, that this year 44 lives lost have been in regional South Australia. Over the last 5 years, 70% of lives lost in South Australia have occurred in regional South Australia. So please be patient if you're travelling in regional South Australia. Drive to the conditions, and if you're fatigued, take a break. But the main thing is, do not become complacent. Driving is a complex task and it needs a significant amount of attention to be done safely. So I'm imploring South Australian road users to please work together, be responsible, because we don't want any more lives lost on our roads.
In terms of the Evanston Gardens crash, that was a single motorcyclist. Is there any explanations to how that could have happened?
We're still investigating that collision, but it may have been the manner of riding.
There have been a number of motorbike crashes in northern suburbs in the past year. Do you feel like there's a culture there, or there's a message that's not getting through among young riders in that area?
Look, there's a cohort of people that ride motorcycles that choose to make bad decisions. They choose to do the wrong thing, and they choose to put themselves at risk and other road users. And they need to understand that they are one of the most vulnerable road using groups that use our road network. So I'm reaching out to them and saying we don't want anybody else to lose their life, because people that lose their lives and people that are seriously injured, the consequences for their loved ones, for their work colleagues, for the communities quite often, for the emergency services is absolutely tragic. So please, we don't want anybody else to unnecessarily lose their lives on South Australian roads.
This 24-year-old was a young father of 3. How tragic is that? And to make 24 to lose your life when you've got so much responsibility?
I couldn't really think of many more tragic circumstances. He's left behind 3 children. He's a young man with the whole of his life in front of him, and unfortunately that was extinguished yesterday afternoon.
And these women who tragically died in Strathalbyn, what are the circumstances of that crash, and how heartbreaking was it to lose the one family?
Look, again, it would be absolutely heartbreaking, but let me just reiterate that one life lost is a tragedy. As occurred yesterday, unfortunately, there were family members involved, and that just amplifies the situation. A lot of people never recover after they lose a loved one on our roads. And again, I'll remind people that these collisions are avoidable. People don't need to be dying on our roads. People need to be responsible and make good decisions.
Do you think there's a level of complacency around the fact that we've been in a pandemic, there's been less traffic on the roads and people are working from home, that perhaps now that we're returning to normal, there's some old behaviours of that?
Look, complacency is always an issue for us. If people become complacent, they become dangerous. So again, I would ask people, don't become complacent. Interestingly, of the 70% over the last 5 years of people that have died in regional South Australia, 56% of those people died within the policing district that they had the collision. So complacency is a big factor, and I'm asking people, please don't be complacent.
In terms of the Strathalbyn crash, are there any charges left to be made?
The matter's still under investigation.
And when would you likely expect those outcomes to become?
When the investigation's complete, we'll assess the circumstances completely and then make a decision.